Matt Douglas here, off the record. MattDouglas1.com exclusive, man. I'm sitting here, or after the show.
Whoa! BushwackerLuke.net.com. Remember that, mates. Facebook. Bushwacker Luke Williams. Now, man, you look bloody lovely, mate.
Thanks.
I've been in the battle earlier on tonight, but now I'm with you, mate, and you look sweet. Oh, boy. And you don't taste too bad either. Just like a fresh bucket of sardines.
There you go, fans. Man, what brought you back to Tennessee, man? You've gone all over the world. You are a WWE legend. You've been everywhere. You've done everything.
Yes, but there's one thing I haven't done, mate. Well, it hasn't been done to me yet. I haven't been put in WWE HOF.
It's going to happen. It's got to happen.
Boy, I hope it happens before I go 6 foot under.
Well, you know what, man?
It'll be too late then, mate.
I'm telling you, if anybody deserves to be there, you and your longtime tag team partner, Butch, man, you guys ruled the scene. Prior to the WWE, man, you guys were the sheep herders. You sold out arenas, and not a lot of fans know. You know, everybody talks about Jerry the King Lawler, Bill Dundee selling out Mid-South, everywhere, Louisville Gardens, but it was actually the behind the scene. It was you and Butch against the Fabulous Ones. That's what the fans wanted to see.
Yeah, and mate, one little thing you forget, and a lot of people don't know this. We would be the longest reigning tag team in the business. 35 years that Butch and me traveled the world as a tag team. Now, I've gone through many a book, history, the Funks, the Briscoes, the tag teams go on and on. But no one ever reached that pinnacle. 35 years. Now, mate, I wasn't married to him. We had separate rooms, but we were in that ring together. And I can count on my hands, maybe bring my feet too, how many single matches I had in that period. Maybe in my hands. You know, we were a tag team.
And it's rare these days.
Yeah,
it's rare.
When I look at WWF today, they're all athletes. They've all got good bodies, but there isn't those teams of yesterday. When I was there was Demolition. Later on, the other tag team were painted face.
Road Warriors.
The Road Warriors. How can I forget? Hawk was my neighbour. And there was the Nasty Boys come on. The Rougeos, the Rockers. There you are. Marty Jannetty. Another great friend of mine is Shawn Michaels. The Beast. You know, the tag teams go on and on. The Bolsheviks, who Butch and me battled all over the world. Even in little old New Zealand. We faced the Bolsheviks. There's a tag, you know, today, where are those, what's happened to tag teams, mate?
Well, what's happened to tag teams, but all those teams that you mentioned, where's their Hall of Fame? You guys got to go, they got to go. They really got to get back to the basics of the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but and I'm waiting for that call. I'm waiting to hear Caesar on the phone, Caesar's Vince, and hear him say, Bushwhackers, it's your time. And invite us up to the WrestleMania weekend. The night before, get inducted into that Hall of Fame.
What a feeling it's got to be. How many years have you been in the business now?
Oh boy. Decades, mate.
Decades.
If I told you what year I started and I'm still here, you know what, mate? I've been under the ground, they've dug me up. I was pushing daisies for quite some time. They dug me up. I resurfaced and I'm back on the road. What would I do? You know, I had 8 years out of the business. Well, I was in the business behind the scenes. You know, years ago I was behind the scenes, but I was still in the ring. But most of the decade, from 2001 to 2009, I never put a boot on. There was Honky Tonk Man, my good friend Wayne Farris, that called me up. He says, I've nearly taken my finger off. I have a month to 6 weeks of dates. Can you come in and fill in for me? And I went into that's when I put my boots back on and I started making my comeback. And I've got a call from Kerry Silkin, who owns Ring of Honor. He says, we're in the Holstein Ballroom in New York. And he says, I'd like to make an appearance. I marched out of the Holstein Ballroom, the place that they did Raw when it first started. Marched out there, and I heard those people. And it wasn't only bushwhackers, mate. It was sheep herders. It was the old the old crowd were chanting for the sheepherders there, and I made an appearance there against Pierce, Scrap Iron Pierce. Not a wrestling match, we just had a confrontation there, and then I got the feel. I heard those people. And you know, when you've been out in front of public for 40 years and you hear them again after not being in front of them for nearly 10 years, it was a great feeling. And that's when I said, Bushwacker Luke, it's time to put those marching boots on and start in some arenas. So here I am tonight. Not that it was a great night, it was a hard-fought battle and I got the blunt end of the deal, but I was in Little Lebanon, Tennessee, and I'm coming back tomorrow night to pay back the Joker.
Well, man, you've been all over Mid-South. You've been WCW, the NWA. You've been in the WWF.
WWC. The list goes on and on all over the country. Northwest, all the promotions. Hey, in the mid-70s, I worked, 72 or 73, I worked for the notorious Stu Hart. I went down the dungeon, not that I got on the mat there, but I watched Stu stretch a few boys. One of the Moondogs I saw him stretch. I can mention a few names, but at this era of people won't remember who I'm talking about. But I saw a notorious, you know, Bret Hart's dad stretch quite a few people in the dungeon, 1972.
Well, let's talk about something that's near and dear to my heart because a lot of people don't know. You spent a lot of time in Puerto Rico. I love Puerto Rican wrestling.
I think you like those, you know, those tethers and the junk in the trunk. Whoa! That's what I think. That's why God gave you eyes. You know, that's free. Looking at those mamacitas.
Well, fans, bushwackerluke.net, bushwackerluke.com, Facebook, mattdouglas1.com. Luke, it's been a privilege, but before I go, I shared a story last night with the fans in Lebanon. As a 9th grader, man, 80,000 people, WrestleMania 8. You know, I'm sitting there and I'm doing the Bushwhacker. So to be sitting here with you today is so surreal. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart for taking the time to spend with us in the fans.
It's great to be here and to be in USA Championship Wrestling.
There you go. Thank you very much.
And thank you fans out there for coming and supporting this company. It's a great company. See you!